What's up, everybody? I'm just wrapping up something, so I might be a bit longer, a bit more distracted. What's good? What's good? How we doing? How we feeling, folks? Congratulations to Pineapple for that claiming first. Sneaky, lurking while working. Getting to the end of final week, so incredibly busy. Oh, man. I feel ya, I hear ya, I'm sorry about it. Glad that you're here to lurk anyway. I will not be much longer, y'all. I hope that everybody's good. I hope that life is treating you well. Hope you're feeling good, looking good. Okay. I should be caught up. And now, because I was so busy working on that, I haven't used the restroom. So I'll be right back again now. I'm going to step away for just a second. Ay. What kind of streamer am I? Okay. Now we're back. Now we're in the business. What's up? Folks, we've got a fun day. Hopefully, we're going to finish a Space for the Unbound. That's my game plan anyway. So we're gonna play some more Space for the Unbound after we make our top 10 games of 1993, of course. And then we might be starting a new game called The Case of the Golden Idol. The Case of the Golden Idol. I had not heard anything about this game last year. And then I recently started following Jason Schreier's podcast, Triple Click. And it was like a cascade of Jason played it, and they have the thing at the end of the show that they call One More Thing, where they make like a recommendation, like one thing that they're doing that they recommend. And he recommended it. And then Kirk, which is one of their other co-hosts, was like, that sounds great, I'll try it. The next week, the podcast aired, and he recommended it. And then Maddie, who's their third person, was like, oh, I want to try that. So then she tried it, and she recommended it, and then it made it on their top 10 games of 2022. So it was the biggest game of their year, and I'm at least curious to find out what it is. They're into the same kind of games that I am, so I'm very curious. I've heard that the graphics are very off-putting, and I've already looked at it, and I kind of agree. I think that it's got a weird aesthetic. But we're no strangers to weird aesthetics here at Checkpoint. I'm all about some weird aesthetics. So we're going to get into that, hopefully. If not today, then next Thursday. This will be our new Thursday game for the next little bit. As I understand, it's a pretty short game. We'll probably be able to finish it in 2 or 3 streams. So I hope everybody's well. Everybody's feeling good. It is 9 o'clock, so we do need to start Jeopardy, but I don't know if anybody's in the chat. So if you're here to play Jeopardy, would you just say like hello or hey or hi in the chat? Let me know, because otherwise we'll just wait for more peeps to be in the chat. And if it's just one of you, then that's fine. I'll give you your Jeopardy prompts, and you can be the only person. Pineapple's in it. Pineapple, you might just be our only Jeopardy participant. But I mean, look, that's more power to you because that'll just be all the points could be yours. Sounds like somebody just broke into a car. I'm here for it. I'm here for it, Pineapple. Not for the car breaking in, but for you being our solo swolo Jeopardy player here. Okay. First prompt is Final Jeopardy, so we're gonna RNG and find out what it'll be. Okay, Google, pick a number between 1 and 20. Then we'll multiply that by 100. 1900. Holy moly. All right. 1900 points. That's a big one. The category is architects. The answer. This renowned architect designed this Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, Spain, and the Disney Concert Hall in Los Angeles. Good luck. How much you know about architecture, Pineapple? Architects. The answer. This renowned architect designed the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, Spain, and the Disney Concert Hall in Los Angeles. I'll put 2 minutes on the clock, but if you don't know it, we can just skip right on past it. I would never in a million years know this. We'll give you till the 3-minute mark. That's lots of time to definitely not Google. Okay, we don't stand that. We don't stand that. Let's just say I'm not going to ask how you would know it is this person. What's up, Cameron plus Deanna? How we doing? Did you guys die? Did you die? Don't die. I hope you won. I hope you won the game. I hope you have beaten the Fire Emblem. You've conquered the Emblem of Fire. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Oh, we died. Oh, no. What's up, Locksteady? Welcome in. Yeah, did his honest best. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. Locksteady, in case you don't recognize me from... Oh, look, the ads thing is actually working! Oh, wow, look, there it is! Oh, that's so fun! Oh, well, how about that? So now I know who's watching ads. Oh, my goodness. So now I know not to talk to either one of you. Oh, yay! Oh, I love that it's working. Oh, that makes me really happy. I have a new strategy that I'm going to try off stream. Gotcha. It's a tough one. I had to start that one completely over at least once. I got the full game over. So, yeah. I don't think I sacrificed anyone there. I wound up sacrificing 3. I wound up sacrificing 3 by the time all was said and done. Richard Meyer is incorrect, Pineapple Pope. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. And we've only got 13 seconds. So if you've got another guess, I'll let you get another guess. But Richard Meyer is not it. Man, those are a lot of ads, huh? I guess it's a minute and a half. But I like that it worked. I like that now I at least know when people are watching ads. That's super cool. Okay, we're gonna turn off timer. But now Cameron and Locksteady are here, so they can participate and potentially get their names on the board here. Our next Jeopardy. What's up, Asia? Oh, Asia was in Adland. That was who it was. Oh, no. Well, we're glad that you're here. Welcome in, Asia. You can also potentially... Oh, did you guys just see the answer? Hopefully not. It was pretty quick. The way that Jeopardy works, you do not have to answer in the form of a question. I'll read the prompt as soon as you know the answer. Drop the answer in the chat. The first one that I see that is correct in the chat gets the points and gets on the board. Okay. Category is alliteration for $200. Small, but, we got to start somewhere. The answer, 2 couples out together for a dinner and a movie. 2 couples out together for a dinner and a movie. What is it? That's easy. Easy peasy. Yeah, I need to know how to get that ad thing that is super nice. Nutty. Nutty taught me how to do it. Cam. So you can look up Nutty on YouTube, and it's one of his more recent videos. Very easy. It just didn't work for the first week. So, it just didn't work. But it is nice. It's StreamerBot, and then he gave you the code. So it's Stream Elements StreamerBot. And yeah, Works super nicely. Do I need to put a timer up on the clock for this one? This one feels way too easy, you guys. 2 couples out together. Ooh, I'm so sorry. It's close. You're very close. Category is alliteration. 2 couples. 2 couples. Double date. There we go. All right, we'll put you up on the board with that one. Chat's in the clap for. Do I put it under Just Cameron or do I put it under Humor Wit? Do you want 2? Do you want 2 separate accounts? I feel like normally you chat on that account, so I'm going to give it to you under that one. All right, our leaderboard, as it currently stands, is in first place, Zando with 12K800. In second place, Sneaky Pigs with 6,400. And in third place, maybe 30 Bats with 4,000. 4,000, even 4K. I can't believe it's already the end of February. We've already been through almost 2 months of Jeopardy questions. That's seriously insane. Seriously insane. Folks, we're going to be starting this stream as we always do with our top 10 games of fill in the blank here. This time we're going to be doing another year, so we're working our way back in time. We started in 2022, and we worked our way back all the way to 1993 on today's stream. The way that I do this is I'm going to go through all of the games on Backlogged from 1993 for the first 10 pages. I'm going to add them to a list, all the games that I think could potentially be in the top 10. And then I will show you guys the screen. The reason I don't show you guys the screen first is because Backlogged includes every game ever made. And sometimes there are games with an adult-only rating that I don't feel comfortable showing on this stream because we want to be family friendly. So that being said, I will go through my list, I'll go through Backlogged's list, and then I'll show you guys and we will organize them together. Already, just based off of the list that I have, this is going to be really tough. I have a feeling we're going to have more than 10. I could be wrong, but 1993 looks like it was a pretty good year. So, starting strong right off the bat with Mega Man X. We'll go ahead and slide that one on in there. The Wand of Gamelon, of course, is going to be up high. Let's see. I actually really liked Gabriel Knight, The Sins of the Father. That was a later game. I didn't end up playing that one until I was an adult. Myst. Holy moly. Sonic CD. Kirby's Adventure. Link's Awakening. And know that this is an incredibly subjective list. So I'm only going to put games on here that I've either played or played bits and pieces of, and that I think belong in this slot. Okay, that's my personal list. Now we're going to go through the first 10 pages. I've never played Rondo of Blood. Never played that Castlevania. Ooh, Super Mario All-Stars? How do I not have that one down on my list? Starfax, I've tried. I couldn't play the SNES Starfax. It just didn't work for me. SimCity 2000 is good. I just don't think it's not gonna be in the top 10. Street Fighter 2, The New Challengers. I've never played that one. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine is fun, but it ain't top 10 material. Bubsy. Winner. Chicken dinner. Number 1, Bubsy. Day of the Tentacle is one that I've always wanted to play, never played. Continues to be on my to-play list. Ooh, what was that? What was that sound? Where did that come from? There just no notification showed up, but just a little boogaboo. Boogaboo. Wait, hang on. I know that image. What is that? Tough Enough? Why do I know Tough Enough? I've never played that game, but it looks so familiar. Maybe we won't have a trouble, because I'm honestly not seeing anything other than the ones that I already had. Cyberpunk vampire game? Do I need to go back and play that one? There was a Yu Yu Hakusho game in 1993 for the Game Boy? Well, now I need to go back and play that too. Man, I'm finding so many games I need to go back and play now. Games I didn't even know existed. Yeah, I'm not finding anything. Pingu! Why is Pingu here? Pingu had a game? Newt Newt! Oh my goodness, that's very funny. Dragon's Lair? Ooh! I don't know if that was necessarily a good game, but it sure was a legendary one. We're on page 5, now we're on page 6. Man. Godzilla, Call of Cthulhu, Super Mario Brothers. That's not right. Super Mario Brothers did not come out in 1993. A remaster from the All Stars bundle. Yeah, I'm not including that in 1993. Fury of the Furries. Oh no. I don't think they existed back then. Wait, Streets of Rage? Like for real Streets of Rage? The LCD version. I've really got to start clicking on these and start looking at them because I feel like I'm worried I might be adding things that actually didn't come out in 1993, but it's like weird versions of that came out early. Oh my. Oh boy. Darkwing Duck! Oh no! I'm telling you guys, every single time I do one of these, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't, you know, I'll just show you guys as I go through the first 10 pages, and then I see something and I'm like, no, I'm real glad I did this. Real glad I don't show you guys this screen. What is this, Gundam versus Godzilla versus Ultraman game? Are you kidding me? Battle Baseball? And it's a baseball game? With Ultraman and Gundam and Godzilla? Holy moly. I'm telling you, I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping on some good ones, dude. I'm real worried we're not gonna... Okay, we're on page 12. I just slipped past the page that I was supposed to. Let's go back to page 1 and see if I didn't miss anything. Never played Gunstar Heroes. The Aladdin game was legendary, but did I play it? Oh wait, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. How did I miss Street Fighter 2 Turbo? I just saw Street Fighter 2 Challengers, whatever. Zombies Ate My Neighbors, I guess. I'll put that on the list somewhere. I doubt that's going to end up in the top 10, but SimCity 2000, I'll just add it. I wasn't going to, but I will. Mortal Kombat 2. I didn't really like the original Mortal Kombat, so I gotta be real. Just gotta be real. Sam and Max, nah. The Goof Troop game? I'll look it up. I'll see if I remember it. I definitely love Goof Troop. The issue that I have with these early 90s games is that they are games that I've maybe played once as a kid, but there was no way I did well, right? Yeah, I gotta go back and play them again. And that's why a lot of the ones that end up going to the top are ones you wouldn't expect, because they're ones that I've actually tried since then and enjoyed. Like the Gabriel Knight one, there's no chance I would have played Gabriel Knight in whenever I was a kid. I didn't even have a computer. You know, that's definitely the issue we're running into as I'm going back in time. I almost need to have Zando on these and have Zando walk me through them. Have him tell me which ones are actually good. Ryder, what's up? Welcome in. Welcome to Checkpoint Church. We're just coming up with the top 10 games of 1993. I'm about to show you guys my top 10 list here, or at least the list that I'm rocking with that we need to organize into a top 10. So I'm going to show you guys the screen real quick. And let's pull it up. Nice! I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, so here is our list. The best game is Shark Tale. I've never played the Shark Tale game. Not gonna lie. Yeah, for all I know, it could have been a great movie port, but I have a feeling it might be meme-worthy. Okay, so these are 14 games that I would put in the top list. So let's see. Link's Awakening, Super Mario All-Stars, Secret of Mana, Myst are definitely going to be in the top 5. Doom, easy. Doom is up there. Doom was... I'm not a big FPSer, so it's definitely not going to be my number 1. But it'll be up pretty high. Street Fighter, Sonic CD. Okay, let's do this real quick. Let's look at some screen grabs so that I can figure out some more of these games. Such as Dragon's Lair. First off, I need to know which version is this. Dragon's Lair, like I said, see, I'm already getting a sense of the reviews here. I remember Dragon's Lair not being... Killing Demons is very Christian. You're right. When you're right, you're right. Oh, this isn't even like the arcade, is it? Is this the arcade cabinet? No, this is the Famicom version. Yeah, I'm taking it off. Taking it off. Let's look at Zombies Ate My Neighbors, see if I remember how to play that one. I feel like this one's almost more in the zeitgeist than it is in my personal... Like, I don't really remember playing this game much. I do remember the Big Baby. I don't know if it's going to end up in the top 10. I don't know. Goof Troop. See, I don't remember Goof Troop at all. It's not ringing any bells. No, I can't put that on my list. This list is supposed to be my subjective list, and if I didn't play it, then I didn't play it. Let's see. SimCity. I've definitely played some SimCities. I don't know if I've played this one or not. Yeah, this one looks familiar. This is like the iconic one. Okay. So let's go ahead and remove Dragon's Lair, remove zombies, remove Goof Troop, and figure out the list from this point on. So Mega Man X is definitely going to be in my first slot. Link's Awakening feels pretty good for my second slot. I'll put Mario. I might have to bump Sonic up. I enjoyed Sonic CD. I like Metal Sonic. Mega Man X is definitely better than Link's Awakening. Definitely better than Super Mario All-Stars. Definitely better than Secret of Mana. I'm going to bump Secret of Mana up. Secret of Mana definitely better than Mario All-Stars. Definitely better than Myst. That's tough to say. Yeah, probably. Myst is pretty niche. Myst better than Doom. I don't know if I can legally say that. I feel like somebody's going to come and like knock down my door if I try and say that. So I'm a little concerned about it. But yeah, I'm going to say Doom is better than Myst. Street Fighter 2, Turbo. Good game. Good game. I'm definitely going to say it's better than Sonic. And better than Kirby. Is SimCity better than Kirby's Adventure? That's the question. Let's look up Kirby's Adventure. Yep, I played this one. Yep. Just for the fact alone that this is one that I actually played, I'm going to put it on the list for sure. It's definitely going to be in the top 10. Doom deserves a top spot for being just being innovative. I agree with you. The issue is that this list is supposed to be super subjective. So I'm going to say SimCity is definitely going to knock down. I'm honestly going to put Kirby above Sonic CD for this one. I think Doom versus Mario, for me, I definitely played Mario a whole lot more than I played Doom. But Doom was very innovative. You're not incorrect. I would say on innovation alone, Mega Man X and Doom are probably like neck and neck for doing something, and Myst really. Those three are like three games that did something that no one had done before. Honestly, not gonna lie, kind of all of these, a lot of these did something completely new. Doom invented FPS. Street Fighter 2 Turbo is kind of like the iconic first like fighting game that really set the bar. Secret of Mana was definitely pivotal in JRPGs. I don't know if it was the JRPG, but it was definitely pivotal. Link's Awakening was pretty underground. Gabriel Knight was just another visual novel, so I don't know if I can put that one up. Or point and click, not a visual novel. I'm going to have to bump Street Fighter 2 up a little bit. Kirby is up a little bit. I'm going to keep Gabriel Knight above Sonic CD. I would put Doom higher if this wasn't supposed to be super subjective, and I don't honestly play FPS, even still today. So this is my top 10 list. However, I definitely think it's not the top 10 list. It's not like the correct top 10 list. It's just the one that I'm going to pick. So we'll go our usual process. Is Mega Man X better than Zelda Link's Awakening for me? Yes. Is Link Awakening better than Secret of Mana? I would say so. I'm not as diehard about Secret of Mana as some people. Secret of Mana better than All-Stars? Probably so. Definitely did more. All-Stars better than Doom? I think so. Doom better than Myst? Yes. Myst better than Street Fighter 2 Turbo? For me, I'm not a big fighting fan either. Street Fighter 2 Turbo better than Kirby's Adventure? I would say so. It's just more everything. Kirby's Adventure better than Gabriel Knight? Yep, even though I really enjoyed Gabriel Knight. Gabriel Knight better than Sonic CD? I think so. Sonic CD is kind of one of the, not one of the best Sonic games, but it's definitely a good one nonetheless. So let's make sure that I add all these to my playlist. Okay. And there you go. This is Nerd Pastor Nate's top 10 games of 1993. Agree, disagree, let me know, and tell me what you think should be changed up better. If you are on YouTube watching this, first off to my Twitch chat, if you want to say, hey YouTube, hi YouTube, we are going to be cutting this up and putting it up for them later. So for all my YouTube peeps, if you're out there watching and you disagree with this list, let me know down in the comments down below which one would be your top pick of 1993. Let me know how I got this list entirely wrong, or If you think that it's pretty good, then affirm me, because I would love somebody to pat me on the back for a good top 10 list finally. But yes, gently caress the subscribe button, smash the like button. If you watched this far in the video, odds are you liked this one. So let us know that you like this kind of content, that you want to see more of these top 10 videos. Click that button to let us know that, because we do pay attention to what kind of likes we get on these videos so that we know what content our audience here on YouTube likes, so we make more of it. With that, we believe 3 things to be true about every single one of you out there, no matter whether you believe in God, don't believe in God, go to church, don't go to church. None of those things change these 3 things that we believe to be true about every single one of you out there. Number 1, that God loves you, like really, really loves you. Number 2, we love you. We want community with you. And number 3, that you, yes, you matter. You are a person of sacred worth. The world is a better place. Why? Because you are in it. Folks, with that, until the next time that I see ya, have a good one, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next top 10 video. Bye-bye! And welcome back to Twitch. What's up? What's up, my Twitch peeps, my tweeps? As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be finishing, hopefully, Lord willing, we'll find out. We're going to be hoping to finish A Space for the Unbound, and then we might be starting a case for the Golden Idol immediately after. Time will tell. Time will tell. I did finish Detroit Become Human, 9 out of 10. Really liked it. Big fan of that game. However, I did start another game that's completely different in Dragon Quest XI. So I'm here for it, but it is quite different. I'm playing it on my Steam Deck, and hoo boy, does that make my Steam Deck just buzz with heat. Okay, so everybody say bye, Spoofy. Bye, Spoofy. Hopefully we're going to finish Space for the Unbound today. I really have enjoyed this game, but I'm definitely ready to be done with it. You know what I mean? You ever get that way with a game? Ready for the fetch quest to be over. Is it crazy loud? Yeah, it looks a little loud, huh? I'm going to crank it down just a little bit. I might honestly have to look up a guide, because I don't know how to solve these math problems. Don't drop it too much. Did I drop it too much? I tried not to. I mean, I straight up might have to look up a walkthrough, because I really don't want to solve math. I gotta be honest. I have no interest in solving a math problem. And I don't really want to look up a walkthrough, but I might have to, because I just am not interested. If that's actually what it's wanting me to do, and it's not a puzzle, I have to find them. I gotta find them again. I gotta even remember what the math problems are. So I remember there was one. Maybe back here. Where was it? Am I wrong? I haven't seen this. Oh! Let me know if you need a hand. I will, Perry. Thanks for being here. Wait, these belong to... Look! Oh, look! Maybe it is a... This bag is really dirty now. It's kind of hard to look at it. This is Raya's bag. Raya never told me that she was bullied. I wonder what other parts of her life I don't know about. I want to know everything. I want her to be able to tell me. What is this, a formula? What is this, some kind of formula? N equals 4. Okay. N equals 4. Well, that makes things way easier. Gonna be lurking for a bit. All good, Kim. Alright, now we can go find the formula. Now, N equals 4 I can do. But there were 2 equations, and I don't remember where the second one was. First equation's here. 3 minus 3n equals negative I. Okay, well, n is 4, so that would be 3 minus 12, which would be negative 9. So negative 9 equals negative I. If I'm doing my PEMDAS correctly. 2k equals 3. All right. Let me grab a piece of paper, huh? Let me grab a piece of paper. I wasn't aware there were going to be multiple formulas here. All right. Yes, I equals 9. All right. I equals 9. N equals 4. We just got a new formula. 2K equals 3N. So that means 2K equals 12, which means K equals 6. Okay, we're one piece at a time. K equals 6, N equals 4. I'm beginning to theorize, because I think the code is 5 letters long. I think it's gonna be Niken, because we now have a K, an I, and an N. So we got to find an E. We got to find out the if we can find out the worth of E, that's gonna be our formula here. So I've solved it. I just got to find E. And I have no idea where that is. It's somewhere around here. And then that's going to get me the crowbar. And then the crowbar is going to get that thing open. And then that thing open is going to make the festival start. But where's the other formula? Maybe it was on this piece of paper. I thought there was a piece of paper right there to look at. We got to figure out what E is worth, because now we've got the other letters of her name. We just don't have E. It's not in the classroom. Trash can. Is that it? That's it. Nope, maybe not. Thought so. Thought it was, but I'm wrong. It's on the other side. E. Nice. Okay. 11 equals 2E plus I. I is 9. So 11 equals 2E plus 9. You subtract it from the other side, it means that 2 equals 2E. So you divide those out, 1 equals E. I can still do math. I can still do basic math for a child's game. All right, so now we have the code. Niken. All right. The code is 4 9 6 1 4. I feel like every pastor I know hates math. I don't hate math. I do hate calculus. 4 9 6. It's just been a long time since I've had to do math, and I was real worried it was going to be more complex. This is not too bad. Yes, it's unlocked. Wait, there's a lot of weird stuff in here. What the heck is that? Aha, there's the crowbar. I might need it to break down the wall. I just don't want to do math anymore. I've done my math. I've done my time, and I want out. All right, crowbar time. Here you go, sir. Fetch quest, fetch quest! Hey, nice, thanks, dude. You're welcome. Nah, I don't need this. Hammer? Where's that darn screwdriver? Everything's all messy. Can't she at least put everything in its correct place? Alright, well, I'm obviously gonna take this hammer. Destroying what wall? What are you talking about? Destroying what wall? What wall am I destroying? Why are we destroying things? There's a wall to be destroyed? This one? Surely not. Still standing strong, but I made quite a good progress with it. Maybe the wall will collapse as time passes. Obviously, that's how walls work. Come on. What? What, dude? Oh no, it just died. And I fucking know. Oh boy. That I didn't expect that would be what I would need to do. I wasn't anticipating breaking down a wall, actually. Either riding on your future bike. No, future bike's done. He's got it. He's already got the future bike. Is there something over here, maybe? I honestly don't remember what I need. Time. Time! Yes, indeed. Ha ha ha! Time breaks all walls. Aha! Just like I thought. I weakened it enough that the plane crash made it collapse. Now I'm finally inside. I need to find Raya and Marin. Where could they be? Okay. This isn't you, Raya. It's not right. That voice, it's Marin. She's talking to Raya. They must be all right. Marin, Raya, where are you? Yeah, I don't know if that's the assumption. No answer. I need to find them. This has nothing to do with you. That's Raya's voice. It has everything to do with me. Listen. Raya doesn't have to answer to you after what you've done to her. Who is that? That's a guy's voice. Who is that? I need to get closer. Whoop. This was my classroom. Now it's just full of, well, plain. Heyo. Oh, a student at this hour. Huh? What are you up to? Why are you still here? Did you have detention? Haven't you seen? Sir, the school's been destroyed. Are you all right? Why didn't you evacuate? You should get out of here. What are you talking about? Are you on something, kid? What's your name? I'm gonna write you up. Are we all just full of plain? I'm Amma, sir. You know me. Atma, you're definitely on something. Atma's right here. Look. No. It me. What? Who are you? This student is a bad, this student is a, this student is a bad apple. A troublemaker. Right. Get rid of him. Yo, a tonfa? Homie, the police have tonfa? Schmack. No! Why'd he get a free one on me? Oh. Please stop, sir. This isn't you. Don't talk like you know me, brat. Boink. Of course I know you. I'm the real Atma. What are you talking about? I know you're confused. I can explain. No, this is wrong. You brat, take this. Whoa! That was so many. Huh? What happened to me? Do you remember now? Atma, yeah? Atma? I don't know an Atma. What? Of course you do. Please, let me through. This is important. Space dive? I have to get rid of you. I guess he's dead. I guess he died. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't have a choice. I need to find Raya and Marin. Maybe they're at the yard. Rick just killed a guy, dude. Please. Don't hold the entire town hostage when I'm the one you want. Don't flatter yourself, girl. What worth could you possibly have in Raya's eyes? That's enough, honey. Raya, Marin. That's weird. We're getting weird. We're getting in weird zones. Weird zones. Rick killed a guy with a trident. Atma, I thought you were gone. That's why I made another you. What? Another me? I was devastated. I didn't have a choice. But now we can be together. You want that too, right? What are you talking about, Raya? That's not me. What happened to you? Atma, don't make this even more complicated. I think the only one making things complicated is you, Raya. Come on now. Don't you worry. Just sit tight. I'll make everything better again. I just have to erase this nuisance. Raya, I'm sorry for doubting you, Raya. Please, tell me how to make this right. It's too late. The wheels are already in motion. The end will come soon enough. No, please. Can't things go back to the way they used to be in the old days? Writing stories together? We can be like that again. My best friend. Wouldn't my best friend listen to the things I say to them? Not a single word I've said has made it through to you. You don't have faith in me. You never did. I'm just a freak to you like all the rest. I'm sorry, I am. Let me make it up to you. Shut up! You're a piece of my past I never want to see. Say that! We can talk this out. I'll make things right. Anything you want me to say, I will. Just tell me how you want the story to go. Story? How dare you say that? Everything I say and do my whole life, it's just a kiddie fantasy to you. No, I mean... Right. Just like I thought. Uh-oh. No! 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 Why does everyone die? I should have silenced you from the start. I guess she's gonna Rorschach Marin now. Marin, look out! Be gone! Oh! Oh! Oh no! Clash of the Titans. Dude, what? That's what's her name? Nirmala. This is, I was countering Raya's attack with the magic wand. Did I accidentally open a rift? What timeline is this? See, I want to draw the big blue star here because, by the way, I have to go. You're leaving? Where? My drawing club, remember? Oh, yeah. You have that now. I'm making great progress in class, too. I have this idea for a new, completely original comic. Okay, so it's... I'm writing something, too. Oh, a new one? Can we work on it together? What's it about? I'd rather work on it with my friend. I'm your friend? No, I mean Atma. You keep talking about this Atma. Atma this, Atma that. He's the only one that gets to hear about your new stories. Who is he, anyway? What does he look like? Can I meet him? No, you can't. Why? Why not? We're getting a bit old to have imaginary friends. I'm imaginary! What? I'm just saying, you're always talking about him, but I haven't seen him once. So I thought, don't have to show you everything all the time, Marin. But I'm your best friend. Ama's my best friend. Oh no! What does this mean? What does this mean? What? What does he do that I can't do? What makes him special? Shut up! Just go draw your pictures at your dumb club. You like that way more than hanging out with me anyway. So Nirmala is Raya? I'm very confused. Wait, I don't! Wait, don't go! Why? Why would you say that? You're my best friend. What did I do wrong? Why do you hate me? Please, I'm sorry. Oh, space dive. Space dive, Marin. This is Marin's heart. I was thinking the dull color is so boring. This is the magic wand after all. You're right, it should be sparkly like gold. Gold! Aw, you beat me to it. It's okay, great minds think alike. We're so alike, it's cute. Well, I'm not really weird like you. What? It's nothing. Marin, the club is starting. Oh, okay, I'm coming. Marin! I'm coming! Ooh, that's really nice pixel art. Ooh, that's really pretty pixel art! This is the door that teleported her to that island. I need to follow Marin. Alright, she went in the third door. Whoop! Up. Haha, let's see what's in this bag. Let's see. Weird drawing, and yep, another weird drawing. Do you ever do anything normal at all? Stop. Oh, this one looks like Eric. What? Are you two dating? Yo, Eric's dating the weirdo. I'm not. Who would ever want to be with a girl like you? You freak. What's this weird stick thing? Did you make it? Magic wand, hey. That's my friend's. Give it back. Liar. Who wants to be friends with a weirdo like you? Stop it! Help! Aaron, help me! Aw, bad friends. Aw, bad friend! Bad friend. Oh, so many doors. Okay. It looked like she went into door number 5, but I was definitely trying to pour my coffee. Thank you, Marin. Don't be doing things. All right, so it's the 3rd door. Did take us to another cutscene? No. Whoa! 5th. 2nd and 3rd. Which one? It was 2nd and 3rd. Where is she? She said to meet here, but I hope she brings the story. I wonder how... Useless brat. Oh, the dad. Running around town behind my back when you're supposed to be studying. I've got loan sharks on my tail because of your school fees, and you can't even pass like a normal kid. This is the thanks I get. A freak kid and a useless wife. I'm sorry. Shut it! I gave you life, girl. Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, bad dads. Bad dads and bad friends? Oh, man. All right, this was the 3rd, I think. Because I'm coming from the right, and then this was the 2nd. I think I'm right. Yeah! Nice. Now let's rip up her book. There's an empty spot here. Should I write something? How about go die, freak? Is that too much? Nah, it's not like we're pushing her down the stairs or anything. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Hey, look, I found another one of her drawings. Ew, what even is that? It's so gross. Get it quick. She's gonna freak. Aw, bad friends. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't remember seeing anything else. Uh-oh. We're gonna go with 3rd. Because we're on the right. No! You're kidding! I totally didn't see her go anywhere else! Oh, come on. I did follow Marin. Alright, number 3. Boing. Right, she went in the 5 for both, right? What do I do now? Am I just supposed to guess? Good guess. What was I supposed to do there? All right, well, that's fine. It worked. It's Marin and someone else? It's clearly Raya. It couldn't look more like Raya. Oh, am I supposed to sit here? Yeah, obviously. I see you still haven't filled out the future consultation form. What about an art or literature major? You've always been creative. Are you afraid that people will judge you? Don't worry, I chose art school and nobody cared at all. It's more important to do something you're interested in. It's your life, after all. Easy for you to say. You know that those people treat you differently than they treat me. You do it, people let it slide or even praise you. If I did it, I'd get called a freak. You really can't see that? You can't, or you won't, I guess. Just like always. All this pixel art is gorgeous. It's been a gorgeous game from beginning to end. No, I'm not. Just stop, Marin. But hey, I know you love telling stories and making art. Remember when we used to write all that stuff in our base camp? You were crazy into it. You looked happy. If it's your dream, you should fight for it. Stop it. You keep talking like I didn't even try to fight for it. I'm not Nirmala. Why do you say that? Why did you say that? Why did you say that name? Why did you say that name? What does that mean? What does that mean? I can't do that. What do you mean? What do you mean you're not Nirmala? Did Nirmala die? Hang on. Oh, Marin's confused too, huh? Wait, what are you talking about? You are Nirmala. No! We are Nirmala! No, Marin, I'm so confused! You wouldn't understand. Atma's the only one who really understands me. It's Atma again. Why do you keep talking about him like he's a real person? Because he is real. I went looking for him. Because you always talk about him so much? I can't find him anywhere. It's because he's not around right now. They looked in the archives, city records, the phone book, even the newspapers from the last 10 years. Shut up. There's no mention of an Atma anywhere. He isn't real. You have to move on. We're getting too old for imaginary friends. You don't understand! I'm sorry. Don't. I'm your best friend. What did I do wrong? Why do you hate me? New theorem. Atma is imaginary, and Raya killed Nirmala with that storm, like killed a part of herself, like let a part of herself die in the past. Closed it off. New theorem. The snail became so obsessed with spreading her magic that she left the south alone in the deepest, darkest part of the ocean. What does the story teach us this time? Marin, whatever. How do you say your name? Weird name. Oh no. Oh no! The Rorschach! Don't Rorschach! No! The cat!
Not one step further.
Nirmala, stop it! It's so sad how we grew apart. We were so close back then. If only we could have spoken our minds, been more honest about our feelings. No matter. Marin was always so keen to help. And now she can. She can help bring the end. No! Ooh, no, don't do it. No, please don't. Why are you turning everyone into monsters?
Us? We aren't changing them in the slightest.
What's so funny?
You're so clueless, aren't you, boy? We aren't turning them into monsters. We're just revealing their true form.
Their true forms? So Eric, Marin, and Lulu, they're all monsters? That's crap.
This isn't Marin. Not anymore. This is Raya's perception of Marin. Twisted by anger and jealousy. Her deeply held grudge means this is how she sees their true forms.
All of this is Raya's doing?
In a way. We did all this to save Raya.
Can't you see she's getting weaker by the day? It's true.
Her constant denial is hurting her. She locks this hatred and conceal it in a pretty packaging. In this illusion you all call your world. And if she keeps using all her energy on it, her life will be in danger.
You're not serious. Crap.
We need to do something. Raya has to be able to face the things she's kept inside all this time.
Shut up! That sounded like Raya.
You can't be here any longer, boy.
Wait, what should I do?
Go!
It's getting juicy. Wow! Ah, so many me's! The snail. Raya, please. I want to understand your fantasy. Shut up. Write more stories. What's it going to take to get you to stop talking? Like old times. Enough with your babbling. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Oh, he have wings. Yeah, big cat wings. You know like cats do. I don't need you. Rorschach. Raya, no! Don't do it! Too many ums, too many ums. Don't interrupt. Can't you see she's in pain? We're here to feel her pain. To be with her. Not like the others that just upped and left. As I thought. Everyone's gone. Just disappear. Like you always do. Bye, Marin. Oh, man. Ay, ay, ay. And then she passes out. And then we all pass out. And they all fall down. Raya? Space dive. Thankfully, she's still breathing. This time I'll help you, Raya. Oh. Hello, Mr. Co-writer. Long time no see.
I know. I'm sorry I've not been around much lately.
It's okay. You finally have a part-time job. That's great. Sound design on this game is so good. It's polished. This game is polished.
Well, what about you? How's your story going?
Well, it's a secret.
What's with the attitude? It's late. Looks like it's gonna rain. Come on, let me walk you home.
I don't want to go home. Everything is so empty and lifeless there. I can't write or draw or anything.
Did something happen at home?
Everything happened. I want to be like you, Atma. I want to run away from home. Atma, help me be like you.
Like me?
I could be independent. Live on the outskirts of town. Be free. God, I'm totally going to miss the end of this work meeting starting in 10 minutes. Oh, no! What will you eat? I can eat grass and drink dew from the grass. 2 for 1.
Lamest idea ever.
Come on, we could be neighbors, write stories every day.
Nirmala, I know you're feeling a lot of emotions right now, but it's better to wait until the storm has calmed down, till you can see straight. Don't worry. In the storm, you'll find your sunrise.
You're just trying to get rid of me, aren't you? Like everyone else. I'm useless.
I'm sorry if you think like that, but it's not it. I ran away from home too, to come and live here. I didn't care where I went, I just wanted to be anywhere but my hometown. And then I landed here. Didn't have anyone to count on, lost contact with all my friends and relatives. All because I had this big idea to chase my dream as a writer.
That's cool.
But the reality isn't as cool as you think. I have to work hard just to survive. I don't have the time or energy to be creative.
Gut punch.
I'd almost given up. But then I met you. Your spirit, your care. Everything seems fun again. And you got a great story, so sincere and touching. You make me want to write again. More than that, you've saved my life.
I did?
You didn't even realize. I don't know if I can fix the problems you have at home, but I can help with your writing. I know that the Star Princess story is important to you, so why don't we work together to finish it?
Really? You mean it?
I do. I promise.
Thank you.
Will you go home now?
Ugh.
For me?
Fine. But we can stay a little longer. At least until the sun sets.
You drive a hard bargain, Miss Co-Writer.
We'll finish the Star Princess story. Whatever it takes. Right, Atma?
Of course. I promised it with my life.
Atma! It's useless.
So Atma was real?
Did Atma die? For realsies? I'm coming! Coming for you! No, Atma, no! We have a story to finish! Don't leave me! I'm alone. Ugh. Oh, man. Oh, that's brutal.
The dream again.
This time it feels so real. Nirmala.
This looks like the room from Nirmala's space dive in my dream. But this time the flowers are withered. Maybe it's not a dream. Let's find Raya. She must be around here somewhere. They look miserable. Whoop. In the deepest, darkest corner of the galaxy, there lived a star princess who called a planet of her own creation home. This fairy tale, it's the one that started it all. Whoop. This place. Anyone? Raya? Nirmala? What happened?
glitching? Should I do something to them? This is Marin. Glitching again. I must have done something wrong. Oh, am I supposed to touch them in like the proper order or something? Okay, well that's Nirmala. That's Mom. Drowning? No, is she alright? That's Dad. Abusive Dad. No, bad Dad! Mom. Maybe then Nirmala? Nope. Okay, so Mom, then Marin. Mom. Marin. What happened over there? I heard a girl was drowning. Dad? More trouble from that brat. I'll beat some sense into her. And then Nirmala. Where's Atma? Did you get him? Didn't you see? There was a high school student, a boy. He fell in trying to help me. What do you mean you can't find him? Please help him. So I was real? What happened? A kid fell in the river, apparently. Nirmala, what happened? Baby, are you okay? Talk to Mommy, darling. You idiot. Dear, please. Why can't you just go to school and come home like a normal kid? It's causing trouble, the only thing you're good for. Atma. What is it, dear? Stop whining. And you, quit playing along with it. You're a copy of the dead Atma? Apparently. We're like the Atma that lives in her brain, the memory of Atma. Can't you even keep your own daughter safe? Hey, someone please save Atma. You're useless as a wife. And now you're gonna be useless as a mother to my child too? No. Is he beating his wife in public? Homie. First off, just don't do it. Second off, be a better person. Third, definitely don't do it in public. What's wrong with you? He's bad in every way. He's not even bad. He's not even good at being bad. He's a bad dad. Bad dad bad. No. Follow her. Follow her. Follow her. There's nothing here. TV? Huh? What's that? Explosion? There's something displayed on this TV. A bridge? There's a person, too. Nirmala? I can't take it anymore. No. Everything is a mess. I'm a mess. I hate you. No! I told ya. Theorem! Theorem! She locked off a part of herself. Please, just go. Hey, don't say that. It's me, I'm you. Don't push me away. I can't live without you, nor you without me. We're stronger together. The only way we can get through this is as a team. Just like what Atma said, in the storm you'll find... No. I want to be a normal girl with good grades and a family and friends that love me, not a lonely, delusional freak who killed her only real friend. You caused this storm. It happened because of your stupid idea to cross the river alone. It happened because you tried to involve him in writing your pointless story. Atma drowned because of you. I don't need you. I'll live my life properly from now on. No, don't. You're hurting yourself. I don't want you to hurt. No! Oh, whoa! Raya. Raya, I'm here. Raya, can't you hear me? Cameron, it is blowing my mind. We've gotten real dark. We've gotten real dark, and the twists just keep coming. But I'm here for it. I'm loving the drama. Nirmala! No, no, don't go. Raya, Nirmala, please, let me help. I think we're getting real close to the end game. Raya, come on, Raya. Uh-oh. Raya! Chapter 5? Last chapter? Yes. Oh, I've saved all the slots, huh? Well, yikesters. I guess let's save over this slot. In the end, maybe there's nothing I can do. If I'm not even a real person in the first place, then the real me, the real Atma, is dead? What if Atma survived the whole time? What am I even doing here? Raya. Cat God! Cat God! What's up, Cat God? Ain't got points for my daily redemptions. Oh no, Xando! I just noticed Cat God had a beak. Has Cat God had a beak the whole time? He's like a manticore. What? Bosk, you saved me.
Yes. Despite your outstanding ineptitude, you made it this far. And for that I salute you.
Bosk, are you really the same Bosk I met before? Who are you? Or rather, what are you? I have so many questions.
I'm simply a friend of the princess. Her Majesty is waiting.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, looks like we got some ads. Hey, I love that it's working now. That's so cool. Now go. So now I know if we were at a pivotal moment, I would pause for you guys. Atma. You came. Please sit with me. I need a friend. You. Reminds me of Pazuzu from Futurama. It's definitely got like a lot of inspiration. Nirmala, Bosk?
Why are you standing still? Her Majesty demands your company.
No, I'm still...
You still do not know what to make of us. That's fair enough. Do you in turn know what to make of yourself? What you really are? A specimen unbound by the laws of reality, who cannot perish in this realm? You, who seems to always be the only one left in the dark. If you want answers, then you need to come closer.
Okay. I do want answers. I'm so curious. I'm sorry I never stayed long enough to answer your call. I miss this. It's been a long time since we sat together like this. I'm sorry. I really don't know what to say. Are you... Are you okay? Who did this to you? Please, don't mind me. Your questions will be answered soon.
Ask whatever you want to ask. We will do our best to satisfy your curiosity.
Are you real? What are you to Raya exactly? What happened to the North Star Princess? What happened to the South Star Princess? What have you been doing? Are you real? I thought you were just a kid from a dream I had. The dreams a lot of people had, for that matter. So you're real? Not just a figment of my imagination? I can't be both, Atma? I don't understand. Are you my friend? You still doubt that? I really don't know, Nirmala. All this is so foreign to me. We're all here inside a fairy tale without an ending.
We don't know what's real until this story is finished.
By the way, Xando, I did start listening to your podcast. I just started it. Started the music quiz. What are you to Raya exactly, Nirmala? She's my north, and I'm her south. What do you mean? That's so obvious. Why? Once upon a time. Oh no. Is this a fairy tale again? You liked it before. I still do, but... Never mind. Go ahead. In the deepest, darkest corners of the galaxy, there lived a star princess who called a planet of her own creation home. Now, this star princess had celestial powers. She could grant any wish. In a flash, she could summon the most delicious food, the most wondrous delights, all but one thing. A friend. The Star Princess was dreadfully lonely. It was then that she decided to embark on a journey to make new friends. But she didn't want to abandon her beloved planet, and thus, Star Princess split into two entities, stellar twins. The North Star Princess glowed a brilliant blue, and her twin, the South Star Princess, a rich, warm yellow. The South Star Princess left the planet to find friends in another solar system. What happened to the North Star Princess? The North Star Princess. What happened to her? The North, in deepest quietude, felt the same pain and loneliness as the South, for their hearts were one. But it seemed like she began to hate the South Star Princess. She began to hate the pain and loneliness in her heart. Perhaps because she longed to shine brighter than the South. Her other half, who had left her alone in the unforgiving void of space. I don't know. I'll never be able to understand the meaning of a story that remains unfinished. And I'm not the one to finish it either. Then who? Of course, the ending belongs to Raya, the North Star Princess herself. I missed your in-depth explanations. What happened to South Star Princess? She found friends on Earth, but they left, eventually. Long story short, she exhausted her star magic and died. Wait, that's it? That's the ending? Of course not. The story isn't over yet, is it? What have you been doing? I met you deep inside everyone's mind. What have you been doing to them? You mean turning Eric, Lulu, and Marin into... Sometimes you have to crack some eggs to make an omelet. I knew what I was doing was hurting Raya, but I just wanted her to pay attention to me, to love me again, like she used to. Wasn't that a cruel thing to do? These people aren't real in this world. They're just fragments of North's memory. They don't exist in any meaningful sense. And besides, what other choice did you have? The North has been running from the truth, lying to herself. Completely detached, unbound from reality. She and then the rest of the world are bound to her delusion, just like Her Majesty here now. But if the Eric, Lulu, and Marin that I met aren't real, then what does that make me? That's up to you, Atma. You're an anomaly in Raya's makeshift world. Maybe you aren't the Atma she intended you to be, but you're certainly something. Something special. Maybe you're the one that can help Raya to face herself. What should we do now? Shouldn't I be the one asking you? Me? Look. The new fairy tale script is finally complete. Drowned in a dreadful sadness, the North used the last of her power to create an impenetrable barricade in the hope that no one would hurt her in the way they hurt the South. Is this Raya? What happens to her? That might be how the story ends. The cat tried with all its might to break through, but it was no use. The North had used up all of her power, and not a drop was left. She remained encased in her galactic barricade, asleep for all eternity. What? For all eternity? You mean... No, that can't be. What kind of story is that? It can't end like this. That's why I need your help. It's up to you to make the edits, Mr. Co-writer. Just like old times. What do you want to do, now that the world is on the brink? I want to save Raya. I can't hide here in the past forever. I want to find Raya and save her. That's the spirit, as expected from the hero. I'm lost here, though. I need your help, Nirmala. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What is this? What was that? I feel off. Something is really wrong. Nirmala! I'm sorry. It seems I can't help you after all. All this time I've been draining my power for nothing. I'm now powerless. What's up, Alendris? Welcome in. But you, Atma, you're still free. You must find Raya before everything falls apart. Bring her here to go home. Nirmala! Nirmala! She's unresponsive. What should I do? We should check outside. Come, there's not a moment to waste. Nirmala! What about my bucket list, dude? Oh, boy. How have things been, Alendris? Welcome, welcome. Hope that life is good. Things are treating you well. I'm gonna top off my coffee here. You are coming at like the most pivotal point of this game. We're very much into the final act. We need to find a rift. Boing. Went from dealing with cold weather to a few days later it being warm. Yeah, me and Humar Wit in the chat there were actually just talking about that. It's really funny that you would say that. Ah, Sneaky, that's really nice. If Zando's still here. The rift is not open properly. You just gotta crawl through, buddy. Whoa! The wand, it's shattered? Shattered. Kagod! Bosk!
Don't just stand there, boy. Help me.
On it. Boink. 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 We did it!
The fate of the North and the South is closely bound. If you want to save them, you'll have to hurry. Enter the rift. Find the North. What about you? I have my own business to attend to.
Lows here in the 40s today, getting up to the high 70s over the weekend. Yeah, I'm wearing shorts today, you guys. I'm wearing shorts. And I feel for Zando. I really do. Zando feels like he's getting the brunt of it. I imagine Carl is too. I still don't fully understand. What am I in this world? The nature of reality, and Raya and Nirmala. Feels like I don't know them, and I don't know myself either.
You need to understand how powerful you are.
You say that, but I'm just a normal guy. The magic wand is broken now. I don't even have control over the red magic book.
Oh, Atma.
What is it?
Out of everyone, you're the only person that isn't bound by this world of illusions. Nor are you dependent on its miracles. I have no doubt that you're on the path to realizing your potential, but you must keep moving forward. Strive to endure.
That's a pretty solid advice for a cat.
I'm not just a cat. Besides, I was simply repeating something that was once said to me. Now go. Don't waste any more time.
Take care of Nirmala for me.
I promise the South is safe with me. When the time comes, I will come to help you.
Okay. Did you hear? She fell asleep during the national exam, mumbling about her imaginary friend again. What a freak. She went on and on about it when I asked, too. She thought I was really interested in her cuckoo fantasy. So freaky. Yesterday, no way, she really, oh yeah. So what happened was, that voice. It's so quiet. It's so quiet. Huh? Why here? Raya must be somewhere in this realm. I need to find her. Always go backwards first. Man, it's so quiet. I love when games do that. I love when games do the eerie quiet. What happened to this place?
You.
Admiral? You filthy turncoat. You're just like those dumb kids after all. What could Raya have done to make you turn on her like this? What? I'm trying to help her. To bring her home. Raya doesn't need saving. This is where she wants to be. Haven't you ever actually listened to her? She doesn't want to go home. How could she? She wants to be happy. What right do you have to tell her any different? She isn't well. You're just like the rest of them. Judging her for being different. Treating her like a helpless child. She never gets what she wants ever. Here she's safe and surrounded by everything she needs. If you really love her, if you really want to make her happy, you should do what she wants. You've been given a role. Sit tight and play it. Isn't that just enabling her? I love her too much to watch her hurt herself. You're past salvation. Am I gonna fight the cat? Please don't turn into a giant cat. Please don't turn into a giant cat. You're gonna turn into a giant cat. Yeah. Ooh, you're nasty looking. Ah! Hollow Knight? Why are you a bug?
You leave me no choice. What are you saying, Admiral? I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. You're my cat. You're my friend. Oh, believe me, it's not going to be much of a fight. What? I gotta fight Admiral? Want to know something? What? He doesn't even tickle. Ugh. What the? Bosk! The rift is too small for a majestic feline such as myself. Ugh. Oh, how delightful. The second favorite cat is here. I am Raya's ally, just like you. Raya doesn't pick favorites. Rich to call yourself an ally of Raya's with your record. Bosk, it's good to see you. Nirmala, is she? Her Majesty is stable. The time has come, and I am here. Go forth. I'll take care of this one.
The cat has a cool umbrella. It is real cool.
Oh, the tomcat has quite the mouth on him. You should pick on someone your own size. Very well. You might be more entertaining than this. Pathetic excuse for a hero.
Whoa! Are you kidding me? We're having an actual Clash of the Titans. Look at them in the background! What?
Stop right there.
Dark Atma? This just became a Legend of Zelda game out of nowhere, dude. Out of nowhere. This was like, you want to play Zelda? Let me through. It's gone. It's the general store. Is Uncle Booty okay? Not even sure where everyone is right now. Huh? Even in this ruined world, the cat food is still intact. What is it actually made of? Another me? Ugh, both of you, stop it, please!
I won't stop, traitor.
We won't stop. Leave Raya alone so she can be happy. Song definitely just got epic. So epic. Let me through. Let me through! That made me sick. I love the epic Dragon Ball Z fight in the background. If you care about Raya, let me through. Did you see him just zoom by? This game's insane! Shut your mouth, you traitor. You don't care about Raya. Go away, traitor. Shut up, go away. And we just keep fighting him, huh? Uh-oh. Oh, no. No time to waste. No! Go away. You need to hurry. I need to hurry. I don't want to fight with myself anymore. Oh, no, I'm surrounded! There's no end to you. All this fighting is pointless. Please understand. You treacherous defiance. That's what's pointless. We won't let you destroy Raya's happiness. Between all of us, we'll put you down. Here's a lot of you. There's really a lot of you. No! Need to hurry. No! Are you kidding? Okay. Just take it easy. Take it easy. No! That was close. One more. No time to waste. This fighting is totally senseless. There's no other way. Just keep pushing through. Wait, what was the tree? The dead cherry tree. It's surrounded by its fallen leaves. Come on! Stop, you'll go no further. Can't you just appreciate the beauty of this world that Raya has created? Are we looking at the same world? It's not beautiful, and I'm here to save her from it. Think you're some kind of hero. I might have been. I don't really remember, honestly. Then stop playing the hero and just give up. No, I can't do that. I won't. I see. Okay. I'll stop you where you stand, traitor. You guys are going to try and keep me busy, huh? All of us? Not likely. You won't even make it past me. I'll show you how useless you really are. Okay. Yo! Why are my attacks so? We are one and the same. I know how you fight and how to counter it. Maybe I have to use something other than violence. Good block. Your experience hasn't betrayed you. Traitors have no place in this world. My attacks are useless. They would use something other than violence. What do you mean? My friendship? So maybe I don't need to hit him? Good block. Your experience. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to not fight. I'm going to tire him out, maybe? Sensei taught you well. Let's see how long you can last. Just wait, I'll destroy you. This is just Tokyo Revengers. All of a sudden it just became Tokyo Revengers. Fight me, you coward! Can't we settle this without fighting? Enough of that peace-loving crap, you dumb hippie! I'm embarrassed to share a face with a coward like you. How long are you going to keep this up? As long as you are, and until you're dead. I'll never give up on Raya. Why won't you surrender? After you, hero. I'll never yield. I'll protect Raya until my last breath. Raya is in greater danger here. Danger? She needs help. Our help, urgently. Before it's too late. Can't you see it? Shut it. You don't know anything about her. I know she needs to go home. Home? There's nothing for her in that place. There's something. Someone, actually. She has the South Star Princess. South Princess? 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 Star Princess? Here's my chance. I can attack him now. Why are you doing this? This world. It's the only place that Raya can be happy. No, you're wrong. This world, this illusion, it can only offer a false temporary bliss. In the real world, her body fades away. I'm here to save Raya from that fate. You talk big, like you know what the future holds for her. I don't. All I know is that she needs to be saved, right now. That's what matters. I sure hope you're right. Yo! This game's wild, though.
You must see reason. We're both on Raya's side. We saw the same vision.
You left her when she needed you the most.
I was a fragment of her past, as should you be. We aren't there anymore. We can't keep haunting her like this.
I refuse to put myself on your level. I can promise you that neither heaven nor earth could move me from this position. I've had enough of your insolence. You cannot pass through, even if it kills.
Seems it's well past supper time. We find ourselves in need of a fancy feast. Atma. Yes? Be a good kitten and find us some food, would you?
How convenient that I happen to know exactly where some is. I know exactly where the fancy feast is. Time to feed the cats. Weird time for a fetch quest, but you know, okay.
Yes, a high-quality cat food. I've put down the bowl, Atma. Please, serve it there. Honorable Queen, behold the food our hero has laid in front of us. Surely you don't propose to fight on an empty stomach?
It is temptingly arranged in the receptacle, but I have to.
No, screw it.
Okay. And that just happened. That's a thing.
Now that we have have broken kibble together. It would be foolish if we couldn't see eye to eye. Both of us want the best for the Star Princess. I don't want her to be alone either, but we can't let her hide in this world forever, spinning in circles, chasing her tail.
You're right. We both want the same thing. And you too, Atma.
Of course.
Yes. Promise me one thing. If I let you pass, you must save her, whatever it takes.
I wouldn't dream of doing anything different, friend. Then you may continue on your journey. Before you left, have this key.
A key? For what? Oh, Xando, did you miss that Sneaky gave you one as well? So now you have two. You could have saved those points. But we'll do two, because I don't know how to reverse them. All right. Or how about this? Instead of that, what if I give you one of these and then I give you a gachapon? Because normally you do a gachapon and a movie. Is that fair? Don't they cost the same thing? I'll give you a free gachapon. Because you're trapped in your house. Nice, the boulder badge. Oh for 1. You got the boulder badge. If I can get it to focus. Boulder badge, you beat Brock. And your movie game is pushed to his limits by aggressively weird cops that like to shave men. John Rambo fights back so he can retrieve a precious pink stone buried in war-torn Sierra Leone. Pushed to his limits by aggressively weird cops that like to shave men, John Rambo fights back so he can retrieve, you got it, First Blood Diamond. First Blood Diamond, nailed it. I was secretly hoping the gacha would have been a movie. Oh no. Good. Xando still got his redemptions in. Love it.
I told you I had my own purpose. You'll need it later. Now go.
What about you two?
It's long past our bedtime. But for now, might we see what else this world has for us, my queen?
As you wish. Dude, those cats are crazy. Did they die? Oh, no. Because I'm pretty sure they're dead in real life. Because Eric killed them or whatever. Got our garage door open, but a gigantic tree limb still blocks the driveway. Well, good. I'm glad you got your garage door open at least. Oh, my. Whoa! Big Raya! Hello! Hi there, Big Raya. Raya. Atma, my darling, my love, you're here. Luckily, there's no one living next door, so we can drive over to their driveway. Very good. Are you ready to complete the bucket list with me? We can be together now. No one will interfere. We'll be together until the end of the world, which is like 5 minutes, maybe. Raya, Come, Atma. Watch the end of the world with your beloved in your arms. I feel like that's going to be tough. Maybe I ought to be in your arms, actually. No. I'm here to save you from this delusion. What? Let me help you. Come with me. Nirmal is looking for you. Stop saying that name. Do you hate me? Do you want me to suffer? You don't love me anymore, do you? I do. I still love you very much. Which is why I need you to go back. No, I don't wanna. Why won't you listen to me? I'm happy here. I like her purple eyes. You disappoint me, Alma. Now what? You want to beat me up, make me submit? I don't want to use violence on you, ever. Please, just come with me. How kind of you, but still. Don't forget that I'm the one with the power here, my love. Listen to me, or else. I'm not going to fight Raya. I refuse. Her papa beat her, and I refuse.
I need to defend against Raya's attacks.
Not the single flick. That's great. You must have a strong resolve to be able to resist that. I'd expect nothing less from you, my love.
Raya, listen.
Save your breath and resist this.
We need to dodge.
Oh, I see. No! Stop running around. You made this no fun. You're strong, but kind of insensitive, aren't you? Haven't we made beautiful memories together here? Why can't you just embrace this? Yikes! Those are so hard to dodge. Stop running around. All right, I know what's wrong.
You do?
Jeez. How could I convince you to see the beauty in this world when it's so messy? Huh? But I have an idea. Let me take you somewhere. I'll show you something beautiful.
Raya, what are you doing?
Look, Atma. It's time for the fireworks show.
Raya.
Yeah, I know. Let's make it more sparkly.
Yikes! I need to dodge.
No! Doesn't feel right. There's no sparks of joy. Ah, did I die?
Raya, we should...
Don't look at me. The spectacle's over there. Ah, I overdid it. I'm sorry, Atma, my love. So beautiful. I know you'll come back to me. It's the scenery that I've been waiting to... Whoa, why was it...
Yeah, I gotta try again. I'm back here. This is what happens when I die fighting her.
Man, I was so close to. Okay, let's try it again. All right. The dodging one I'm not good at. I'm just going to start only looking at the top. Make the whole place shimmer. Okay. So I guess I can only get hit 3 times. Are you kidding me? It couldn't be the first one, could it? Come on, homie. For real? I mean, it's like I can't dodge. All right, well, I can only get hit one more time. Man. Take me somewhere, show me something beautiful. Show me something beautiful, Raya. Go ahead. It's time for the fireworks. Let's see the fireworks. Let's look at the fireworks. Okay. No, dude. I mean, how? How could I dodge that? I don't even know how to dodge it. Man. All right, here we go. Another one. Maybe I'm pressing the wrong button. Is there like a dodge button that I don't know about? No. I just don't have that quick of a dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Clearly. All right, another one. Here we go. I will say, in this incredibly easy game, this is the first time I've had a real challenge. And I had to do math. Give me a break, dude. Give me an actual break. Come on. Dude, I can't. They come so quickly. I don't know how to dodge those. Maybe I have to like stand in a particular spot. Is there a sneaky secret that I don't know about? I feel like they are undodgeable. What is this Sans level difficulty out of nowhere, huh? Ah, I thought I dodged. I thought I dodged. All right. All right. Another one. Another one. Fourth tries the charm. I don't know if I can get any closer than her hand. I think I gotta keep moving. I think I have to continually move. All right. First one. At least the like fishing bars are easy. Boing. That's easy. There's shadows on the ground. I just noticed the shadows on the ground. I have never noticed the shadows on the ground. Ah, I feel real dumb. I feel real dumb. I feel so incredibly dumb. Shadows on the ground. Look for the shadows on the ground. Oh, well, okay. I definitely wasn't on the shadow. That's fine. I've only been hit once and I'm about to go to the other land. I don't know if the sparkly things are gonna have shadows though. No, no shadows. Okay, so these I just gotta dodge. Whoops, it doesn't feel right. There's no spark of joy. Fireworks look best when they explode in the sky, after all, don't you agree? Right. We should. Hey, don't look at me. The spectacle's over there. See? That one looks like a flower. Isn't it crazy? So beautiful. It's the scenery that I've been longing to see and show you. We can only see it here, in this world. What's wrong? Stop it, Raya. We should go. But the fireworks. Yeah, they're beautiful. But they aren't real, are they? So that's how you see it. A fake. I failed once again. I've worked hard for this. Raya. Fine then, no more fireworks. We're just getting started anyway. I sure hope not. Stop running around, you're no fun. I sure hope we're not getting started. Yikes, it moves now. You're getting more and more tense, Atma, because I'm worried about you. Don't be, just let loose. Oh, spikes. Oh, spikes. Stop running around, you're no fun. Oh boy, oh, this is like turning my stomach. Trust me, Atma, you can have everything you want here. That's not what I want. I didn't know you were so picky. Can't you at least try and have fun? Oh, what's that again? No! Here I come, Atma, darling. Are you joking? I knew I should have saved. I still have a surprise in store. You're gonna love it. Get ready. We're going somewhere wonderful. Homie. Raya, don't. Surprise, surprise. Welcome back to Cat Wonderland. Meow. Let's play, meow. Let's play. Let's have fun, meow. What? Show me your moves, Atma. Fight. Need to fight. Well, that I can do. Maybe. I hope it, like, soft locks. That's fun. You're having fun too, aren't you, Atma? Isn't it fun, meow? Fun, 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 meow. We can't. This isn't the time for fun. What? I thought you loved Cat Wonderland. There are more cats than ever. I even added your favorite arcade games. Do you need more? Isn't this enough? Why, Meow? You're confusing, Meow. All I want is for you to get better. Ima doesn't want us, Meow. No, we're playing, Meow. No, pets. I made all this for you. Can't you just enjoy it? You're not as fun as I remember. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save because this is getting stressful. Here I come, Atma, darling. You said you love me. Then stay with me, Atma. No, I can't, Raya. Don't you play with my heart. Yikes. I'll have to punish you. This is getting a bit tiring. Don't you want me, darling? Can't you stop resisting? Can we stop this, Raya? Stop. Oh, you sweetheart. No way. No, please, actually. Can we, though? Can we for real, though? It'd be real nice. It'd be real nice to stop. I would also like to stop. I'm stressed because I don't want to have to do all this again if I die. Eventually her power is going to run out. And that's how the game's going to end, I must guarantee it. How long is it going to stay there? Whoa, 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 whoa! None of that. Here I come, Atma, darling. No, really. No, really. Can we stop? Ugh. Come to think of it, next time I'll be sure to make you the right Atma. There's no need to waste more time here. Yes, agreed. Stop it! You've used too much of your power. Shush. Just follow me, Atma. Oh, I think we did it. I think we did it. I think we did it. That was very stressful. This place. Ah, this feels better. I know you're more accustomed to this side of me. Isn't it curious? I used to hate this place, but somehow it keeps calling me back. You called me back here. But I wasn't here to begin with. Right. I always wanted you to be here to keep me company through all the pain and loneliness. I wish to be with you forever. And here, I can make that possible. Raya, don't you want the same thing? Tell me, Atma. Tell me, what do you wish so dearly? Stay here until the end with Raya? Be together forever? Have fun with Raya for eternity. Oh, I see. Just Monica? Are you saying just Monica? Just Monica. Just Monica? Just Monica. Are you saying just Monica? Just Monica. I do want to have fun with Raya for eternity. Have fun for... And? These words aren't mine. This isn't right. So what is it? What do you wish for? Stay here until the end, to be together forever. Be together. What's the matter? Is it really that difficult to tell me? I must resist. Come on, Atma, say it. Stay here until the end. Stay here till... I can't. Why are you resisting it, Atma? Raya, enough. Stop it. I can't stay here, Raya. We can't. Why? Why, Atma? Are you bored of me? Did I do something wrong? It's not that. I'm a freak, am I? You don't want me anymore. Just like everyone else. That's not true. I just want my happy ending. Raya? Is it gonna be her monster form now? I've spent so long preparing a happy ending for Iz, and now all I need is your company. You deserve so much more than a manufactured happy ending. If you don't want my happy ending, I should just keep you here with me. Forever! Raya, I need to get free. Yeah! Why? Why do even my own dreams betray me? I really am worthless. Not even you want me anymore. Raya, if you're just here to make me miserable, then get out! No, leave me alone! Everyone really hates me. I don't. Please trust me, Raya. Why are you here? Why are you doing this to me, Eric? What? Raya, it's me, Shut up, Marin! Lulu, please, I'm not fake, leave me alone! Raya, please, snap out of it. Please, forgive me. Are you... him? Don't hurt me. Raya, it's me. I won't hurt you. Please, you're trapped inside your own... Shut up! Oh. No more dodging. You freak. Hey, look at me, you're nothing. Eric, stop. Why do you keep picking on me? I thought we were done. I thought we were done with all this, but clearly not. I really thought we were done. Stop it! Why can't I fight the apparition, man? You're useless. You can't do anything right. Just stop trying. Lulu, why can't I just be like you? Man, looking at the shadows was so nice. Why did I not think of that earlier? Go away! All right, Marin's next. Boink. Boink. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to be seen with someone like you. I don't want to deal with your baggage. Just die. Marin, please don't go. Marin would never say that. Hashtag not my Marin. Leave me! You're such a disappointment.
What the heck is wrong with you, you worthless child? I wish I never married your mother. I wish you'd never been born.
Mom, why are you just standing there? He hates me. Dad really hates me. Go away! You're useless. You giant freak. You're such a failure. I don't want to be your friend. Just die. Okay. I will. Just stop, please. Raya, please snap out of it. This isn't real. Shut up! Don't do this, Raya. I have to free myself from her power. Yeah! I will win! I will save Raya! Raya, stop! Please. Everyone just leave me alone. What am I? Why am I doing this? I've put so much effort into being perfect. Into being someone I could be proud of. The perfect girl that my parents and my friends want me to be, but now I don't even know who I am at all.
Nirmala.
Huh?
You still have Nirmala. Deep inside you.
No, don't call me that.
But that's your name, isn't it? You are Nirmala.
Stop it! Ooh. Raya.
I can't see anything. Where is she? I have to look for her.
I've been so engrossed in this game that I've forgotten to do breaks, so we'll do a break in 5 minutes, I promise. Raya, I'm here. I'm just so into it. Raya. Answer me, Raya. You freak. These voices. Means Raya's still here, right? Raya. You're useless. I don't want to be your friend. Where are you, Raya? No. Worthless child. You're such a failure. Raya! Are you there? Are you all right? Answer me, please. Raya. Can't find you, Raya. Answer me or something. This has been killing me. I've had the corner of the stream visible that entire meeting, and I only have 8 minutes till my next meeting. No! Well, if we're 8 minutes from the end, then I'll just keep going. Let me know when you gotta go to your next meeting, and we'll take our break then. I won't make you sit through 3 minutes of an intermission screen just to go to your next meeting. There's gotta be something. You just keep going, right? Well, I mean, 8 minutes is not that long to wait for a break. The magic red book. Open the book. The book? Atma, open the magic red book.
Space dive.
Uh-huh. Raya. Oh, wow. The key. Raya, stay with me. Raya. No. No. I've come this far and yet I still can't help you see beyond your own fear. I'm so useless. Space dive. Is that? Should I? Space dive. Just like last time. Will it go well? Will everything be okay? Please. Please let Raya be saved. Wendy. My bay door's going crazy. This is Nirmala, well, Raya's house. That's where it all began. Wait. Why is that locked? I think I'm jumping the gun. Raya, I'm here. Why are you here? Go away. So glad you're all right. You'd be the first. Now leave me alone. Please listen to me. Go away. Yeah, I figured. Gotta unlock that thing. Oh, I'm here again. I have to get back to her. I should choose my words more carefully this time. No, I want to unlock that thing because clear. Ooh. Nirmala, my daughter, what's happened to you? All these people ask me how you are, but I don't even know myself. I shouldn't talk to them anyway. Shouldn't bother them with our private affairs. If my husband heard about this from other people, he would... Ooh, Dad. Ooh, I want to hurt the dad. Hello, how's Nirmala doing? Oh, hello, she's fine, thank you. Fitting in all right at the new school? I hope so. She's not telling me anything, but I assume it means nothing is wrong. Sure hope so, too. And your husband? Busy with his work as always. Hello, ma'am. I'm from your daughter's school. We need to talk. Nirmala? Is everything all right? This is Raya featuring Nirmala's grade report. As you can see, her grades have been steadily going down. As you can see, art and language are fine, but she's struggling with other subjects. Oh, no. Is everything all right at home? Sorry? Nirmala always seems to be distracted in class, but she never will tell us the reason why. She's always been quite a reserved girl. I see. Well, please make sure to support her properly for her next exam. If her grades don't improve, we'll have to conduct a formal investigation. I see. Nirmala? She's in her room, dear. At this hour? A young lady should be up early. Why aren't you making her do chores? She's not been herself recently. The door's locked. I can't. It's because you've been coddling her too much. You're spoiling her.
She's turning into a lazy good-for-nothing. I'll beat some sense into her for her own good.
Let me unlock that.
Normala, open this door, you little animal. You're humiliating me in front of the neighbors and the teacher.
My dear, if you scream like that, the neighbors will hear. Come, let's just go downstairs. I made you coffee. It opened. Okay, so I definitely thought the key was for the thing downstairs, but maybe it's for a room. Right, I'm here. Why are you here again? You have 3 seconds to state what you want before I teleport you. What should I say? Oof. It's not good for you. If you think I care about hurting myself, you're way off base. Please don't say that. Nothing you say will change anything. I've tried being kind to myself, tried it over and over again, but at the end of the day, nothing can fill the void. If you're just going to come out with these greeting card platitudes, I'd rather you weren't here at all. I don't want to go. I don't want you to be alone. You already left me once, a long time ago. You can do it again. I'm sorry. I died, Raya. Normala. I'm here now. I want to help. It's too late. I'm past help, I think. I don't care what you do, as long as you leave me alone. No! No! I'm back here again. I won't give up, Raya. I'll reach your heart.
I heard about your grades, you ungrateful child. I told you if you waste all your time on these dumb doodles, you'll never be able to support this family. Do you think I pay your school fees with drawings and stories? Fine. You like your room so much. Let's see how you feel locked up in there. I'll make you see sense.
The second overdue notice from your loan repayments. Please pay before the deadline listed. Looks like a drawing of a palm tree has been erased. I think you're meant to fail these things no matter what you say. I haven't looked it up, just feels like, yeah, I agree. Final overdue notice. Looks like a drawing of a cake. Cake and palm tree. Please stop, please stop, please stop. Comfortable looking chair. Cat God! This is your first. I see. Drawing of cat. Cat, palm tree, cake. Cat, palm tree, cake. Cat, palm tree, cat, palm tree, cat, palm tree, cake. Let me unlock that thing. Oop. January 3rd. Okay. All right. Okay. All righty. That's fine. All right. Cat is first. Cat 1. Palm 2. Cake 3. January 3rd is Sunday, and it's the palm tree. May 4th is the cat. It's a Tuesday. Don't know why 4 out of 5 is written on it, but I guess we're going to do that. I think it was 3 out of 11 on the other one. What's up, Bingwen? How's it going? All right, hang on. This one had 3-1 written on it. July 2nd is the cake, and it has 2-7 written on it. It's a Friday. Okay. This game out of nowhere just drops like notes on me. I assume I need to know these things. All right. Oh, it's the reverse of the dates. I see. May 4th. Understood. 1372. Good call. 453127. That's gonna be my guess. Nice. It's unlocked. Raya, I'm here. You again. I'm tired. I can just sit here and listen. We don't have to do anything special. Is there anything you want? To be alone. Besides that, because I'm not going anywhere. I want everything to go away. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to sleep forever. Why do you want that? I want to help you. I guess why? At least it's one thing I'm sure I can achieve in my life. That's sad. You're not going to scold me for saying that? I mean, you're totally wrong, but I told you I'm here to listen. Why are you doing this to me? Why do you keep coming back? Maybe I'm just a memory to you. But that's what memories do. They linger. To remind you of what you really are. I guess this is my curse. I can't get rid of you. I can't forget you. Thank you. Do you want me to tell you anything else? Or do you want to tell me anything else? Not right now. Sure. I'll give you whatever time you need for yourself. But please know, I will always be here for you. I have to leave her alone for now. Let's find a place to wait. Maybe in a comfy chair downstairs. I can wait for her here. Should I wait? Yeah. Let's wait. Oh, the room changed. It's been quite some time. I should check on Raya. I'm pretty sure you should pick up these pieces. Let's see. Painting of a father. I think he's over here. Complete again. Painting of a mother. I guess that's her. Let's complete again. Painting of a child. Let's complete again. Painting is finished. It's a portrait of Raya's family. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, do that. Never mind. That's good. That's good. Do that. Yeah, do that. Oopsie doopsie. At first I said don't do that, but now I'm happy that it happened. Still here. Atma, you there? Yes, I'm here. She's silent. Should I start talking now? Can I stay here with you? Yes. For now. Okay. It's nice. What's nice? You can see the field from the window. And, the weather's nice too. You're always so bad at small talk. So you remember. I'm glad. Do you hate being here? This world I created? Oh, I love it. It's just artificial. However, I can see that your feeling is real. Your love for this world, the town, the people, the cats, it's real. Do you hate me, Atma? Of course not. Why would I? I'm a nuisance to everyone. I'm worthless. You're not. You can say that over and over again, and I'll always be here to tell you that you're wrong. I've never done anything right, no matter how hard I try. But what do you really want? I want... I don't know. Please, give me time to think it through, alone. Okay? See you later then. You're never tired of me, are you? Of course not. That's kind of breaking my heart. Kind of breaking my heart a little bit. Kind of tugging on my heartstrings. Oh boy. Kind of beautiful. Kind of a beautiful love story. What's that? Why are we here? What are these doors and these symbols? What do they mean? Oh, okay. Lucky guess. Whoa. All right. We found the cat next. I'm assuming that, I think we're going in order. Oh, my feline friend, if only the Star Princess could meet you, I miss her so. I think we're going in order. Bingo, bango, bongo. I got it wrong, though. Okay. So this one's first. First, she pushes the self out. Then she fights the wolf. Then she fought the bird. Then she fought the snail. And she found the cat. And then the cat helped. I'm here. No, where are you? Oh, please be looking. Okay. You scared me, Raya. Isn't it dangerous sitting on a roof like this? Of course not. We're not literally here, remember? Oh, right. When I was a child, I loved doing this. Sitting on a rooftop? Yes. It's so silent. Little space for the whole sky, with the whole sky for myself. I always thought that I wanted to be lost up here, being alone in those beautiful, vast cerulean landscapes. But I always come back down here, in this small, selfish town with all its people. When I look at them, laughing and joyful with each other, I get so confused. Why does my chest hurt each time I see them? Why can they make these contented faces when I can't? What makes them happy? Atma, what makes you happy? When I play video games? I played it once and got a high score. As I got older, I got more anxious about going in the arcade on my own. Don't worry, everyone's in there for the same reason. Immerse yourself in the games and you won't feel like that for long. Oh, the things that make you happy are surprisingly ordinary. I know. But this little ordinary thing makes me feel alive and keep moving on each day. Life is special because of these ordinary things we see every day. Just happy as always. How about you then? What makes you happy? Well, you make me happy. Sappy. It's the truth. But you aren't here anymore. I'm alone and I'm scared. So I create all these places where we can spend time together. I don't have to worry about my bad grades or my messy past. There doesn't have to be sadness in this makeshift world of mine. Are you happy now? No. I know deep down that it's all lies. The things that happen here aren't real. But what else is there? As soon as I'm at ease, I feel the sadness crawl higher and higher in my chest. Even now, I can't escape it. Do you ever feel sad, Atma? Of course. What makes you sad? What makes me sad? What are these memories? They aren't mine, but I can remember them? Would these memories help Raya? Oh yeah, credits for All My Favorite Movie, agreed. Sometimes I want the movie to keep playing, so I don't have to go back to reality. I understand that feeling. Not just that, I was sad when I decided to run away from my hometown too. When I realized what you went through after the real Atma was gone. I couldn't help you. It was all my fault. If only I hadn't tried to cross that river. No, it's not. If we could turn back time, I'd be more responsible, not let you wander off down by the river. Or maybe I should take a swimming lesson so I could save both of us. We should have taken swimming lessons together. That would be fun. But we can't go back, can we? So the only choice we have is to leave it in the past. I believe the real Atma would say the same. You'll end up in a truck down by the river. Jealous of what? Of you. You look so sure of yourself while I'm not. I feel like I'm losing myself. It's been a long time since I felt sure about myself. And when was that? It was when Nirmala was around. A carefree, naive girl who always stays true to herself. You met her, right, Atma? Yes, I've met her. The memories of her kept coming back to me. What'd you think of her? Of Nirmala? I can talk about anything with her. She didn't judge,
Love to involve herself in my crazy ideas. Well, they were her crazy ideas too, right? That kind of creativity only happens in a space with no judgment. I guess I can sum it up by saying that she's the best friend anyone could ask for. It's a shame we didn't get enough time to fully understand each other. But you've known her a lot longer than me, so how about you? What do you think of her? She's peculiar, to put it lightly, but that's what makes her so fun to be around. She's the one who always reassures me that it's going to be okay. We're okay to be different. But I'm enough. Just as I am. How can 4 little white pixels make me feel things? That all the failures, the loneliness, the fear, it's part of me and needs to be embraced. That's what Nirmala would say. She did. I did. We both did. We're the same person after all, but I've been avoiding her all this time. Go to her. Yes? I want to see Nirmala again. I have something I need to say. She's always waiting for you, Raya. Now I know what I should do with this. She trusted me with it. It's time for me to give it to its true owner. Our old storybook. I'm afraid. That's okay. I'm here with you. We can take this slowly. Raya. Are you okay? Are you hurt anywhere? I don't think so. Come here. Let me help you. Gosh, she looks awful. The road is going to get pretty steep from here. Can you keep it up? Yeah, I can do it. Good. Say, Raya, what are you going to do when you go back to the real world out there? Not sure. I have a lot to figure out, I guess. I don't know where to start. How about starting from your bucket list? Finishing it for real this time. It's not a bad idea. It'll be a lot of work, but it's something to give me purpose. The start of a new adventure. Couldn't have put it better myself. Are you going to give me some Black Forest Gâteau when you're home? Well, that sounds good. But actually, I was thinking I might try an eclair next time. That sounds good too. Have you decided which one you prefer, Manahati or Cyborg Raptor Returns? Honestly, neither one of them really interested me. But just sitting in the seat staring up at the widescreen, it's enchanting. It's a long way up. Have you collected many bottle caps? Doesn't really matter, I guess. Unless you want to take it over once you're home. That's actually a great idea. Atma. It's okay if I never forget you, right? Of course it is. I'll always be with you. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to say that one.
Oh no. Atma, where are you? It's so dark I can't see you.
Hey, it's okay.
I'm scared.
I'm still here with you. Keep moving forward. There's nothing back there for you. Keep moving forward.
Ooh. Yep. That gave me the chills. That was the one. That did it. You cut your hair. Why? Because you don't want me to pull it anymore? Why not go the whole way and shave it all off? Please leave me alone. Hey, look at me. Notice me. I'm talking to you. Yeah. Oh no. Hey, don't die on me, cat. Oh crap, this is the cat that's always cozying up to Raya. Eric! What do you think you're doing? Admiral! Yo, Raya, got you a Black Forest Gateau. Your favorite, right? What are you doing, Eric? I'm a better man now. Why don't you get it? I'm in love with... Shut up! Shut up, shut up, shut up! I don't really want her to be with Eric. I don't really care if he loves her. Eric.
Raya. I know you know me. I'm Eric. I'm an idiot. All anger and attitude. The Eric whose carelessness killed Admiral. The Eric who has nothing more to ask of you than your forgiveness. The Eric who can't understand you, who hides his real feelings from everyone, including his feelings for you. The one who you have more in common with than you might dare to believe. I understand. We're very much alike. I can sympathize with you. But I don't want to spend my whole life battling with rage. It's poison and I won't let it linger. Will you be able to forgive the real me? Not yet. But I'll move on. I'll keep on fighting to be better. Thank you.
All right, Lulu's turn. Oh yeah, and about Raya, what was it? Oh yeah, she's at the top of the class this year. No kidding? What? Right, I thought it'd be you, Lulu, like for sure. She cut her hair too, there she is. She actually cleans up nicely. What a surprise. Huh. Listen, this isn't the way a committee president should act. Do you even understand what it takes to lead? You need to delegate responsibilities. You kept slacking off, skipping meetings, and now look what's happened. I told you everything is okay. The Lingtang Festival is in 1 week, Raya. 7 days. We've only raised 1/5 of the budget. This is the first time I've heard of this. Get a grip, Raya. Do you have any plans at all to raise that money? We need to pay the vendors. Yes? Then let's hear it. Of course not. Listen, I'm taking over. You can't do that. Anybody here object to that? Does anybody here think Raya is fit to lead? No, I think Lulu would do this better. This is a coup. Oh. What did you just say to me? You're a tryhard who's just trying to use this festival to jack up your own image as this model student. You really took this position to impress a teacher, didn't you? Have you forgotten there's an actual festival to arrange? Has it occurred to you that you're jeopardizing the name of our school for your own standing? You've got no leadership, no awareness, no skills. You're just fake. Lulu was worse than I thought. Lulu was not that bad. I'm impressed that you're brave enough to get this far. I am Lulu. Lulu you've always admired. Lulu you always wanted to be. But I'm also the Lulu that hurt you. I always wondered why you hated me. Hate? That's an awfully strong word. You know we just don't understand each other. I suppose that's fair. I don't understand myself either. I guess a part of me thought that I wanted to be you. To live your life, but I think I really just wanted to be accepted. I fooled myself into becoming someone I'm not. But that ends now. I won't let you put me down again. You don't get to decide my value. I'll be whoever I want to be. Good. That's the spirit. Now put that energy to use against our real adversary, okay? I'll try my best. Marin's turn. Oh, hi. Hi, what are you doing here? Drawing, obviously. Yeah, I can see that. I meant, why are you drawing here? You don't have a home? Oh, I do. But my father will be furious if he finds out I'm wasting my time drawing. Don't you think it's a waste of time? Not at all. Drawing's fun. Creating stuff is fun. Want to try? I'm making the South Star Princess's magic wand. You can help. Then you'll see how fun it is. South Star Princess. Who is that? Oh, I have so much to tell you. Nirmala, I bought a new drawing pad and crayons. Let's draw together. Mirren, these are all brand new pads, pencils. You even got the pack of 48 color crayons. Wow. You must have saved up for these for months and months. Thank you so much for bringing them. They're so pretty. Oh, I didn't save for them. My parents bought them for me at the store. Huh? They just bought it for you? Just like that? Yeah, after my painting class, we stopped at a bookstore and my mom said I could pick anything. We bought loads. I even got some drawing tutorial books and some comics too. I'll bring the rest tomorrow. Let's read them together. Painting class? I didn't know you did extra classes. Oh yeah, my mom saw me drawing once and said I should learn how to do it from a proper teacher to refine my talent. I was going to say, you should sign up for the class too, Nirmala. We can draw the Star Princesses together. I don't think I can afford a class. I had to use my savings for things at school. Huh? Why not ask your parents? Dad gets so angry when I draw. He punches things, even people. I could never ask him to pay for a painting class. He punches people? Why? I don't know. He said I was wasting his money on pointless things. I wish my parents were more like yours, Mirren. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. That's right. We made that wand together. You're the one that showed me the magic we all have inside in painting and telling stories. What you gave me that day, I'll never be able to pay back. You'll always be my Star Princess. I know. I'm ashamed that I wasn't there when you needed me most. I know that too. I'm sorry for turning my back on you. It wasn't very brave of me. But we were so little, so helpless. I knew that you felt that way and withheld my forgiveness to try and punish you, I guess. I suppose I never wanted to admit that really I was so jealous of you. That makes us even. Drawing and chatting about stories, I miss that. I miss you. Can we start over? Go back to how we used to be? I'll think about it. You need to do what's right for you, of course. I will. I won't run away anymore. From myself or from our friendship. Thank you. No, thank you for showing me the magic. Who's left? Who's left? Is it going to be us? Is it going to be me? Am I going to forgive myself? Ooh, that'd be real good if they do that. That'd be real good if they do it. Oh, it's my daddy? I don't want to forgive him. Are you scared? I am. I'm here with you. Come on. You can do this. Oh, you disobedient child. Quit messing up our lives already. You're such a disappointment. You useless brat! Why don't you just disappear already? You can do it, Raya. You can do it! You can do it! No, 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 I can't do this. Adma, where are you? Do it. Do it. Nirmala. Adma. Mom? My child, you're trembling. Yes, I'm scared. I knew I couldn't do this. He's terrifying. Believe me, I know. I was scared too. Maybe I still am. But I get a little bit of courage each time I know that you're here alive, by my side. This little courage keeps getting stronger and I can endure everything because of you. Mom, you've been my strength all this time. So this time at least, let me be yours. I'll be here. I won't leave you. We will get past him together. Okay. Knock him down. Don't worry. You're stronger than you think. You can do this. Dad. What is it? I'm busy. Shouldn't you be doing something useful? You're always hanging around, nagging me. I don't know what she just said, and I really want to know. Something, something, something. I hope you know that. Excuse me? You little brat. What's a little screw-up like you got to say about awful, huh? I know I'm not the perfect daughter you wanted. I suppose some people really just can't coexist together, even a father and his daughter. But I won't let it stop me. I'll keep moving forward, even if it means leaving you behind. Whatever, brat, suit yourself. Thank you for the things you've done for me. Goodbye. I did it. I'm so proud of you, child. I know you can do anything. Where are you going? I'll wait for you back home. Take your time. When you're ready to come home, I'll greet you with your favorite food as always. All that's left is ourselves. The cats? Admiral, Bosk, my beloved friends. I apologize for not taking care of you well enough. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you. You know it's not your fault.
How could it be?
It's a cat's greatest sadness, but often we must leave before your time. It's my greatest honor, our greatest honor, to have shared this time with you, however brief. Thank you for everything you did for me. I'll be moving on now.
I think that would be best.
Ah, so many cats!
I will take care of her, Princess. Rest assured.
You bet. I'll scratch you real good if you don't.
Cat Wonderland is a place of tranquility and peace. Farewell, Your Majesty.
Take care, Raya. Live well. We made it.
No, you made it. That was quite the ordeal. Congratulations for making it this far. Just a few steps more now.
It's the yellow flowers. This place. This is where you... Yes.
Can you walk by yourself?
Are you going to leave me now?
No, I'll still be with you. But I need you to take the lead. You need to do this for yourself. The person you'll meet is very special.
Special? You mean...
Yes. Don't worry. I'm right behind you.
Got a meeting still lurking. All good. You, Marwit. Appreciate you. Appreciate your lurk. Our base camp.
We used to talk about our stories here. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was.
Come on, let's go inside.
Nirmala. You. Oh, how I've missed you. It's been so long. How was your adventure, North Star Princess? Horrible. I should never have left. It took a lot of time and pain for me to learn how much I needed you. You always were the brightest star in the sky. Silly Raya. I could never shine without you. I didn't have your toughness, your ability to survive and endure even in harsh conditions. Don't shut me out this time. I'll stick with you to the end. Hotman was right. You really are a pushy girl. In a good way, right? The best. Does it really hurt? It does. I never thought growing up would be this hard. It's good to feel things deeply sometimes. It means you're alive. Ooh, that's a good quote. Ooh, that's a 10 out of 10 quote right there. Oh boy, that's real good. While you're alive, there's still time to find happiness. This time, let's tough it out together. Why are you crying? We're the same, remember? All this time I've waited for you. I missed you so much. I missed you too. Welcome back, my other half. The hair.
Raya, are you?
She's back. I'm back.
How does it feel?
I feel warm. Whole again. Finally feel like I'm really present. The last page. Ah, yes. This is the perfect ending for the tale of the Star Princess. They finished it together! Ah! I just realized they finished it together! No! Even though he was dead. So, did you figure out your precious treasure? It's actually not something that can be collected. It's the little things, the people who care about me, the things that bring me joy, the feeling of sitting down to write, my will to stay here, to keep living. I guess that's the bucket list complete. Now what? Make a new bucket list. By yourself this time, not with me. You have to move on. Leave you behind? I don't want to forget you. Moving on isn't the same as forgetting me. I'll always be here, right where you left me. You want to go, right? With your mom, a fresh start, write more stories? I do. I really do. I don't understand. What are you, really? I didn't make you like this, did I? I can't have. It's like as if I talked with the real Atma himself. Who's to say what's real and what isn't? But what do you feel right now, Raya? I feel relieved to know you're here. Happy to see you again, and sad because I know you're already gone. I love you more the further away you get, I think. Then that's what's real. Those feelings, nobody can deny them or take them away from you. They're enough. I'm scared. It's okay. Everything will be all right. In every storm, you'll find your sunrise. So much for taking a break, right? This game's been too immersive. I can't do breaks on the last streams of a game.
For a moment, my
Music?
mind rose from reality. Was it heaven I touched? Glowing lights that fills the emptiness in me, whispering you're here, and I closed my eyes, feeling like from my dream.
Oh, no. Nirmala. Oh, Nirmala. My baby girl. You're awake. It's finished. Phew. So much stuff to pack. Looks like it's going to rain soon. I can pack later. I should go out now while it's still dry. We're leaving? The divorce paper from years ago. Good. Are you going out, dear? I need some fresh air. Maybe I'll go and see the bridge while I'm at it. What is it, Mom? I'm relieved. You seem to be making a lot of progress, physically and mentally. Seeing you like that was just... if anything happened to you, Mom, I'm fine. You don't need to worry about me anymore, okay? I'm just going on a walk for some inspiration. You're going to write again? I'm so happy to hear that. Will you write about the bad things too? I'm not ashamed of my story, Mom. I'm going, Mom. Nirmala, wait. The forecast says it's going to rain. Here, carry an umbrella with you. Thank you, Mom. I'm going now. Raya, I heard you were discharged from the hospital. Happy to see you healthy enough to walk around. So this is the real town. Miss Niken, do you have a friend that lives near here? I actually came to see you. Been a while since we last spoke. You're right, I haven't seen you since I graduated. I apologize. No, don't. Life can be so hectic sometimes. And it seems like it's not been easy for you. It has not been easy for either of us. I hope we both find the strength to overcome it. Well said, Raya. Let me know if there's any more boxes for the truck, miss. Marin? Oh, Raya, Marin. How are you? I'm fine, I'm good. I've been doing great in my internship. I was interning at a publishing company. Learned a lot about book printing. I could probably print my own book now, huh? Sorry, look at me, talking and talking. You don't need to hear all this. It's okay. Is this your friend you're always talking about? I'm sorry, you're... Oh, how rude of me. This is my friend at the publishing company. If you ever write something and want it published, I might be able to help. We take all sorts of submissions. I see. Pleasure to meet you. Yeah, likewise. I hear you've been writing again. Yes, it's been wonderful. I've been reading a lot, too. I picked up a novel recently, The Mysterious Case of Harry Bear. You read the book I self-published? How was it? Oh, wait. No, don't tell me. I'm not ready. I heard you're moving away, too. Yes, today. I've been packing. So soon, but the sooner the better, I suppose. So you can start to heal. I suppose. I came out because I wanted to see all the familiar sights one last time. Actually, I should probably get going. Oh, of course. Sorry for keeping you. See you around, Marin. I'm looking forward to your next book. And I yours. See you. I'm only going to talk to people that I actually want to. These are somebody I care about. One fried rice, please. Be quick, Tamini.
I know you know me personally, but you still get in line, you know. I'm still making the other orders. Crap, my lunch break is running out. Yeah, so only the people that actually matter have anything important to say. That looks like Lulu. Oh, Raya. It's you. How have you been? Doing fine. That's good. That's good. People were so worried. They asked me about you and people? You know, everyone from high school. All the girls have been so worried about you. We should hang out sometime, like old times. Ninja is married now, and Cynthia has just opened a new cafe. No offense, Lulu, but I really couldn't care less. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you speechless before. It's a rare occasion, I know. Yeah, of course. Why would you care about them? Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. It's not your fault. We can still hang out, the two of us, if you want. Oh, yeah. How about a cup of coffee sometimes? I'd love to. Great. I'll get in touch once you've settled.
Oh, yeah. Cool shirts for the millennium. Get one for your kid, your parents, your mailman. Just get one. Cinema's reopening. Aw, the bird. The duck and the dog guy are friends now. I love that. All the friends. Good afternoon, miss. Oh, I know you. You do? Yes, you're Lucy's friend. Are you looking for flowers? Sure. Could I get these and those, please? Coming right up. Here you go, your flowers. That's a cat. Who's a little buddy? That's right, you are. It's you. Eric? Duh. Raya, this is not, how are you? Are you all right to be walking around like this on your own? My friends, what's up, H-Man? You're at the very, 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 very end of this game, by the way. I'm fine, Eric. I'm sorry. Sorry, you first. No, it's not important. Sounds like it is. I mean, for everything I've done, I can't say it. Take your time then. Thank you. No problem. You take care of yourself. You too. You better keep yourself safe until I can say it properly, okay? How's everyone doing? I'm doing good here. Doing good, H-Man. This game has been an emotional whirlwind, so I'm definitely feeling things. Sure. It has been a real roller coaster of feelings. Do I want to continue, or is there more to see around town? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say not yet, and we're going to save. Let's see. Save right there. Now we're going to go. I don't think anybody else had anything that important to say. One more hour until I can play Company of Heroes 3. That's very exciting, man. I know you've been waiting. Oh my, it's gonna rain. I hate this global release at PST. Yeah. Time zones are weird. Atma, are you seeing this? The sky looks so beautiful right now. There we go. Well, there you go. H-Man, you just made it in the moment. I always create a moment whenever we finish a game. So there we go. Rolled credits on a game. Thank you for being a part of this moment. Really, really good game. Really good story. Incredible sound design, pixel art. I don't think the story overstayed its welcome. I think the fetch quests may have been a little bit much. But it knew exactly what it needed to be, and it didn't really take away from the story. There were definitely some times where there were maybe too many. I really want to give this game a 10, but I think I might give it a 9 just for that. I think I'm going to give it a 9. 9.5. Or I could just give it a 10 and get over myself. It's a beautiful story. A beautiful story with a beautiful aesthetic. It knew what it was doing, held everything together really well. It got me. I got the chills several times. And I just love the pixel art, dude. The pixel art is so nice. It looks so clean. Oh, man. Maybe I'll give it a 10. Maybe I'll give it a 5 out of 5 stars because it really is excellent.
You have found your path again. Let go of the past. 'Cause time flies so fast, but it will last.
But it was a beautiful game, a beautiful experience. I'm glad we did it. Glad we played through it all together here on this stream. Was the music like this the whole time? I mean, it was definitely like slice of lifey music, but it wasn't with vocals. This is the second song in the game like this. But it was definitely like guitar-driven, ballad-driven, slice of lifey music the whole time. Man, I'm so happy for Nirmala. Ah, I didn't know that. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I didn't know that this was connected to Coffee Talk. 10 out of 10. 5 out of 5 stars. Beautiful game. Perfect game. Yep. It got me. It got me with the credits. It didn't have to do that, but it did. Well, enough daydreaming. Oh, boy. Man, Fami. It's time to give him this flower. And I just noticed it's full screen. This whole time we've been looking at a TV screen. We've been looking at the inside of her mind. Oh, that's a really nice touch. Wow. Wowzers. Holy moly. Yeah. Okay. I'll give it a 10. Fine. Gorgeous game. Gorgeous experience. Beginning to end. 10 minutes is not enough time to start a new game, so we will not be starting a new game today. But wow. Tell me about Company of Heroes. Tell me about Company of Heroes, H-Man. What is Company of Heroes about? Is it a war era FPS? Third person shooter? Which one? I don't know anything about it. I've never played one of them before. Yeah, it got me once it made credit to Fami. Credit to Fami. I'm gonna be playing the Italian theater of World War II. Is that Company of Heroes 3? What were the first two about? RTS. Oh. I didn't know that. I would have assumed FPS just by aesthetic alone, so that's already made me curious. Tell me more. Are the first two games like perfect games for you? This is the first one that has grand strategy. I'm not super into like war games. I always have trouble, especially if they're too realistic. They make me scared. I don't really like the concept of war. Not that anyone does. I don't know, some people do. First World War II game that has the Africans campaign where you play as the Germans. That's interesting. That's definitely controversial, I would say. Got to be pretty controversial. Oh, wow. I hate when you finish a game. I hate finishing a game, you guys. There is nothing worse than that finish a game feeling. Ugh. Because I don't want to be done. I don't want to have finished it. Developers really do their research. Well, that's good. Okay. We're going to go give this game a 10 out of 10. It really was the FOMI credit that got me too. I'm going to say that I completed it because I'm done with my goal. We did it for 11.1. What is that? 11.05. All the Italian curse words are legit. Apparently, that's funny. All right, 8:35 to 11:05. What is that? There's no way we only played an hour and 30 minutes of this game. It's 2.5 at least. Yeah. Yeah. 2.5 hours. Played Company of Heroes in college, probably logged 100 some hours into it, so waited 6-ish years for this one. That's super exciting then. Let's see, rolled credits in 2023. Games beaten on Checkpoint Church's stream. Now I need to go remove it from currently playing. So let's see. Out of all of the games so far this year, that is the 10th game. The 10th game that I've rolled credits on. Our next stream we're going to play, or our next game we're going to play on Wake with Nate Thursdays is a game called The Case of the Golden Idol. The Case of the Golden Idol. So expect that next Thursday. We'll make a good chunk of it because we'll play through 2.5 hours at least. I'm super excited for it. But it's the next game that I've heard is very much in this similar vibe of a good mystery. All right, I need to put off Grease and a space for the Unbound into my ranking. I can show you guys this. So these are all our games we've beaten on Checkpoint Church's stream. Return to the Obra Dinn. I have not played that in I like played bits and pieces of it, but I think I need to actually play the whole thing. It's on my wish list. But I've heard it's a really, really good mystery. Space for the Unbound is going to go right on up there. How good, though? I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to say it's a little less impactful than One Shot, but not much. There's a huge mystery game sale on Steam right now, and it's great. Is Obra Dinn on sale? Is that one of the ones? Off, let's see. Off, I mean, I enjoyed Off. It definitely wasn't as good as Neon White. Probably not as good as Unpacking. Probably not as good as Beacon Pines. I'm going to say it's right there with Beacon Pines. We're going to put it right below Beacon Pines for now. And Gree was beautiful. I'm going to put it probably below. Yeah, right there. That's good. Pentiment is on sale. Everybody go buy Pentiment. Everyone that hasn't played Pentiment, go buy Pentiment. There we go. That's a good ranking. I think that works for me. That works for me. That feels like a good flow. Of all the games we've beaten on stream. Did I? Oh, I never made this public. Let's see. Yeah, so that's the 10th game that I've beaten this year. Have you heard of Your Turn to Die? Oh, have I, H-Man? Oh, have I? You know who you're talking to? Do you know who you're talking to right now? I am Mr. Danganronpa. Okay? Of course. If it's a death game, I've heard of it. If it's a death game, I've heard of it. And if I haven't heard of it, then please tell me about it. Because I want to go play it immediately. Yeah, I keep pretty up to date. I'm excited for Rain Code coming up. Should be fun. But it is hard. Sometimes there are games that kind of slink under the surface. But I keep in touch with Weeby News. They're a YouTube channel. She's a YouTube creator. and she's also obsessed with Danganronpa. And so typically, if there's news out there and I don't know about it, then she finds out about it, and I find out that way. Can we get a shirt with Death Game Guru on the front? Absolutely. By the way, speaking of shirts, 5 days left to submit your t-shirt design for our t-shirt competition for the theme of refresh. Refresh. I have 2 designs submitted so far, so it's going to be a steep competition right now. If we can get more submissions in, they'll all go on the docket. It will be anonymous. No one will know what shirt you made, except for you, and if you decide to tell people. And so that is how we're going to make it work. 2 designs so far, great already, and we'll look at seeing what else comes in the future. But I'm excited for it. Excited to see what people come up with and what designs we have. But we might need a Death Game Guru shirt. Let's see who's around to raid. LTN is live right now. Gen Cam plays board games. XGen Ninja just went live. Bad Gamer Elite is playing Forspoken. It's been a while since we've rated Bad Gamer Elite. Let's see what he's doing. Oh, already been streaming for 4 hours. Yeah, if he's already been streaming for 4 hours, then probably not, huh? LTN's been going for 3 hours. Gen Cam Plays Board Games is just getting started. Let's see. Chow Fan is somebody we haven't rated in a while. Later. Enjoy your game, H-Man. Go kill an hour. Yeah, let's raid Chow Fan. It's been a long time. And it looks like they're still just getting started. We're going to play some Fortnite, folks. We are Checkpoint Church. We're really a church. I'm Nerd Pastor, and I'm really a pastor of this church plant community. And we believe 3 things to be true about every single one of you out there, regardless of whether or not you believe in God, don't believe in God, go to church, don't go to church. None of those things change these 3 things that we believe to be true about every single one of you. We also believe this about Nirmala. And we believe this about Marin, and about Lulu, and about Atma, and about Eric, and not about Nirmala's dad. That's not true. We do believe it about Nirmala's dad, and that is what makes us different and tough and really conflicted, because we do believe grace is available to everyone who earnestly repents and seeks it. And the cats, of course. Boskin Admiral. So we're going to go and raid Chow Fan, and if you would do me a favor, there are 3 things we believe to be true about every single one of you out there. Number 1, God loves you. Number 2, we love you. Number 3, you matter. You're a person of sacred worth. The world is a better place. Why? Because you are in it. So as we proceed to go and raid our friend Chowfan H here, if you would do me the favor and let Chowfan H and Chowfan H's community know that they matter by spamming the You Matter emote in the chat. You should see it in there if you followed us. So if you would do me a favor and just spam that to let them know that they matter. Uh-oh, wait. They just went on We'll Be Right Back. Oh, no. No! I was so ready! All right. Let's find somebody else. Man! All right. XG Ninja's about to start. That's fine. I feel like we rate XG Ninja often on Thursdays, but that's okay. If you would still do the same thing and spam You Matters over on XG Ninja's stream, and I look forward to seeing you all as soon as possible. We're going to be posting nerdy sermons this Sunday. We're always on the Discord, and we'll be back live again with another stream next Monday. So until the next time that I see ya, bye-bye!